What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Midday Market Recap. My name is Brad, and this up here is Own the Chaos. This is a channel dedicated to over-the-counter penny stocks. It is the largest over-the-counter penny stock channel on YouTube. Not really saying much considering, I got where I'm just under 8,000 subscribers, but we're getting there. We'll make our name, our place in the YouTube space. So, man, I can't believe I just did that. But there is some lessons to be learned today with, why stocks go down, even though there might be good news. And in particular, today's lesson that we learned today within my morning mentorship group, and it was a good lesson because we were able to stay away from a particular stock, and it's on dilution. Even though there's good news, if there's so much dilution going on a particular penny stock or any stock in general, and the buying volume doesn't come in to overcome that dilution, then it's not going to go anywhere. The stock's going to get dumped on, and ultimately investor sentiment is going to go down, and it could actually end up being red. In a lot of cases, this does happen, and so I'll show you a couple examples of how that actually happened, and there's real life examples, and it's actually happening right now in today's market. And so the two that I'm going to talk about is going to be PURA and ARSN. ARSN was kind of a little bit of a shocker because we didn't know exactly if they were diluting or not, but all signs are pointing to that they are. And I'll go and show you how I was able to identify that dilution. Actually made a play and made a nice little short. I had a short loss on ARSN this morning, and I'll kind of explain why I decided to burn that sucker, and why it is doing what it is doing right now. So if you guys are thanks, Jeff. Just welcome a couple people here real quick. Jason, Lee, Abdul, Blade Runner, Bob, Amy, Kevin, Jeffrey Byers, and of course, We Trade HQ admin. Thank you very much for being here today. So let me go ahead and share my screen as per the usual. And what I'm going to do here is talk to you about ARSN. So ARSN, we looked at the chart this morning, and I really liked the chart as far as, what we were looking at here. Is it, when you look at something like this, yeah, it's downtrending, but it looks like it started to really reach a bottom here. And so that is what a lot of us, and my style of trading, we're looking at something that's going to be something that you're going to want to get in at the bottom of and really kind of ride it up from this bottom support level. Well, it was kind of, from the chart perspective, it looked like it was a really good setup here. And so, whoops, I picked the wrong thing. Picked the wrong indicator. If you guys are wondering what I'm using right here, what platform this is WeTradeHQ.com. It's actually my personal platform that I have built with my partner, Jake. And it's absolutely free to join. The links are down in the description for you to check this out. I'm doing all of this due diligence and chart reading and stuff absolutely for free. It doesn't cost anybody anything to use this. And so ARSN was looking at the chart this morning, and bottom support came out with news today that they actually closed on their acquisition of Yuengling Ice Cream. So Yuengling Ice Cream is actually a really big company. They closed the acquisition of their online distributors, as you can see here per this news. And by anybody else's standards, this would be good news. And it was. It actually ran, it had highs of, somewhere around, and I can take a look here for you. It had highs of, looking at my equity feed scanner here, almost 2 cents. So 0.019 was the high today from its 0.13-ish low as of the close yesterday. Actually had a little bit of a gap up this morning at 141 and really kind of took off like a rocket first 20 minutes of the open. But what happened was CFGN, which is a known diluted market maker, and MAXM really kind of showed up right on top of this ask price once it got to be about 1.9. So basically what that is that there's note holders here that have shares to convert. Basically, company takes out a loan in the form of shares or in the form of what's called convertible debt. So the note holder, whoever they took a loan out against, has these shares just sitting here. There's a pile of them waiting to be sold. And so what happened? Well, the loan officer, whoever it was, actually saw stock started moving. Maybe they even knew that, there was news pending here, and we're just kind of waiting to dump shares on people that were going to be buying in. A convertible note holder can't sell the shares unless there's nobody there to buy them. And so that's basically what happened here. The press release came out, surge of buying came in, the notes started to convert, and then it really kind of stunted the run here on ARSN. While the chart looked good, there was really ashamed to see that kind of happen. I had an initial entry at 165 because I kind of thought that there was going to be some pretty significant momentum. Was happy to see that I got all the way 19. Looked like it started to really make that move towards 2 cents, and then what would have appeared that dilution did show up on here. And looking at level 2 isn't always a surefire way to tell if there's dilution, but if MAXM and something like CFGN is on there, you can bet that it's probably dilution to some degree. And the way that it was reacting was just, it was pretty sad to see that for sure. And so the other one that came up was PURA. So PURA was another one. We call it PURA for short. Some people, we just actually like to enunciate these tickers. Sometimes they can get you in trouble depending on how the ticker's spelled out. But PURA actually came out with news. It was actually kind of BS news. Well, the news they came out with yesterday wasn't BS, but the one they came out today, PURA, it's one of these tickers that I can't stand. They always start sharing stuff that really doesn't matter. News articles, for the industry, and they do everything they can to get buyers in to try and buy their stock because they got notes to convert. I mean, they got bills to pay, people. So you look at this. You look at something like PURA, $4.5 million in dollar volume in the OTC. That is monstrous dollar volume, monstrous. And it's red. Okay. Reason for that being, again, you're looking at level 2, see it. You have dilutive market maker. You're looking at these market makers and you say, okay, this one's a diluter, another diluter. They're all over the place. MAXM, LAFC, VERT, VNDM, CFGN. They're all dilutive market makers. This thing is a dilutive pig. 35 million share volume, $4.5 million in dollar volume, and it's effing red. So that is the issue here with PURA. That is why it came out with pretty relatively good news with the acquisition of, MJNA. We kind of knew this was happening with Pura and MJNA, though. USMJ, I'm sorry. USMJ was acquisition here. So, it's a shame. It's a shame because you got people here that are kind of blindly following a lot of this pumpy kind of stuff. And, the whole purpose of putting out PRs like that, especially when it's being diluted so heavily, is because they literally just want buyers in so they can convert shares on you and basically dump on you. And that's the harsh reality of some of these stocks that are in the OTC. But, and it's important. It's almost as important to know what to stay away from as it is to know what to buy. And so these were just two cases where you could kind of just see dilution occurring, and it's really crushing the stock. Now, the large majority of OTC stocks do have some sort of dilution. There's almost no way to get around it. But there's certain types of dilution where you can just tell that there's so much of it that it's not overcomable. $4.5 million in dollar volume should be more than enough to get an OTC stock moving if it has a reasonable share structure. Something like PURA, where it just keeps dumping and dumping and dumping, it's not overcomable. And it's the unfortunate truth on stuff like that. You just got to know what you're watching for. And that's why I always stress about going through on, all of the old quarterly filings to determine how much convertible debt they actually have. And if it's actually something that we think could be overcomable based off of, potential dollar volume could come in. And obviously a lot of that depends on, the types of catalysts that arise and that sort of thing. But something like a news article that's just trying to get, poor saps to come in and buy their stuff, it's sad. That's just one thing. But the more educated trader kind of picks that out and just kind of like, no, that's not for me, dog. Can't stand stuff like that. So KRFG, yeah, it was played well today. It's still going off like a rocket. Is it still up over 300%? KRFG, yeah, it is. What a run that's had this morning, and continuing to go. It looks like it still has some room to run here, so long as it doesn't get whacked out. Dollar volume there is 606,000. Here's the difference. Okay, looking at let me share my screen with you. Somebody was talking about KRFG and how it's ran. So KRFG is up 300%, 912 trades on $606,000 in dollar volume. Here's the difference, guys. This is the difference between a quality share structure and no dilution. There's no dilutive market makers on here, and this thing went off like a rocket. That's the difference. Okay, that's why this is running on a fraction of the dollar volume that something like PURA is running on. And, people are winning out big. Lots of people within our WeTrade HQ community winning on KRFG today. And, kind of segue into our community. So if you're new to this channel, this is the first time you're visiting, man, I can't talk today. If this is the first time you're visiting, please check out our free trading platform. It's called WeTradeHQ.com. Costs nothing for you to join. We have people that don't just trade penny stocks, even though this channel is dedicated to penny stock trading. WeTrade HQ is designed for people who are trading in all areas of the market. So whether you're trading ETFs, options, Forex, futures, even penny stocks, and even cryptocurrencies as well, no matter what you're trading in the market, WeTrade HQ is the place for you. FLCN, I just saw that before I sign off here. Amy, FLCN looks like it's kind of dried up. Looks like the play has played its course, so to speak. We'll see if any other catalyst comes out on something like FLCN. Had a great run yesterday. I think the play is done, though, so we'll see. Just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do or what to buy or anything like that. That's just kind of like what it looks like on the surface. So with that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more content such as this, and be sure to tune in to my daily midday market recap, where I go live around the 12 to 1 o'clock time frame, Eastern time. And that is it for me, guys. As always, I will see you all before the bell, and B Smith is out. Have a good one, folks.